pollution, an offspring of our civilization that we cannot control anymore. And we are the victims. Can we change this?
Yes, we can. Hi, my name is Nicholas Moore. I would like to show you that you don't have to be afraid of these images anymore. Well, at least not in your home, because Zepter has found the solution. Today, on behalf of Zepter International and its 130,000 experts in the field, we'll help you find out how we can protect ourselves and our loved ones from all forms of air pollution, which the Environmental Protection Agency has declared as one of the 5 most dangerous causes of illness. But before we do, allow me to shed some light on who we are.
5 continents covered, in more than 40 countries, 320 square miles of business space, 760 million products sold, 80 million satisfied customers. Zepter International is one of the first companies in the world which has recognized the danger that threatens human health in modern society. Inspired by nature, we succeeded to present a variety of products, famous for their high quality, advanced technology, glamorous design, and all for the purpose of better health. Our rewarded products, under the supervision of the best world experts, are produced in 7 factories situated in Germany, Italy, and Switzerland. A new Zepter presentation starts every 10 seconds.
So, how has nature been fighting pollution so far? In nature, powerful weapons against pollutants are ozone, hydroxyl radicals, and negative ions.
Ozone and hydroxyl radicals are the most effective natural agents against mold, bacteria, viruses, and other air pollutants. The hydroxyl radical is often referred to as the detergent of the air because it reacts with many pollutants, often acting as the first step to their removal.
Life on Earth would be practically impossible without hydroxyl radicals. They play a decisive role in the atmosphere's capacity to self-cleanse from the many pollutants.
Vědecké výzkumy dokazují, že naše zdraví trpí, když jsme vystaveni.
Science has proven that our health suffers when exposed to positive ions and greatly benefits from negative ions. Positive ions can cause tiredness and, in the long run, various illnesses. Negatively charged ions, on the other hand, raise the levels of physical energy, promote blood circulation and metabolism, boost the defensive powers of the organism, prevent many illnesses, and soothe the problems caused by allergies, asthma, respiratory, and other diseases.
But where do we find them? Where do we get in touch with them?
The highest rate of negative ions to be found today is in the countryside and mountains, preferably near waterfalls and the coast.
And in today's economy, how many times a year can you actually visit one of these places? Once? Maybe twice a year? With a total of maybe 20 days max?
Unfortunately, this is so. Life in modern human society limits our free time more and more and imprisons us to unhealthy urban environments. We know this and often wish to lock ourselves in our homes and never go out.
But are our homes safe?
Harmful substances in homes like house dust, mites, mold, pollen, insects, and chemicals in closed areas are as many as 4 to 10 times higher, and sometimes even up to 100 times higher than the amount of harmful substances in the outside air. They enter the tiny air cells in our lungs called the alveoli, forming deposits which in time cause serious health problems. Particles of that size are the biggest enemy for people suffering from asthma.
0.1 to 2 microns, in fact, is the size of particles released by smoking. Non-smokers who spend 1 hour in a room filled with tobacco smoke inhale the same quantity of smoke as if they've just smoked 1 cigarette. Passive smoking, especially in children, can cause various irritations, respiratory and coronary diseases, and cancer in some cases.
As technology advances, new modern buildings are built, but with cheaper artificial materials which emit toxic substances. Construction and insulating materials, air conditioning, PVC flooring, plastic and fiberglass furniture, modern office equipment like fax machines, copy machines, monitors, printers, are all sources of toxic substances in our apartments and offices.
Do you want to know more? Asthma. Recent studies show that more than 100 million people throughout the world have asthma. And that number is increasing every 10 years by as much as 50%. That means this year, every 10th person is suffering from this illness. Every year, more than 180,000 people die from asthma. And in the last 10 years, the number of deaths from asthma just in children aged 5 to 9 increased 5 times. Do you want to be part of this statistic? Or do you want to do something about it?
Because we believe in our mission of health, we took it upon ourselves to find the solution. Seeking to protect human health from increasingly more aggressive assaults, the expert teams at Zepter International have created Therapy Air Ion.
Just like other products produced by Zepter, this was made in conjunction with nature, which holds the key to good health and a long, good quality life. Zepter's expert teams merely borrowed a formula for good health from nature and used it to create this unique product. This powerful appliance consists of the 5-level filter system. The powerful ventilator sucks in the air from the room and directs it into the filter system. The air purification system is made up of as many as 5 different filters. Each of the filters eliminates certain air pollutants.
The anti-static filter is an electrostatic pre-filter. It removes large particles of dust, mold, hairs, dandruff, and pet hair. Then, there is the antibacterial filter. It removes the remaining lesser particles of dust, bacteria over 1 micron in size like pollen, removing them for good. The HEPA filter efficiently eliminates the tiniest particles of dust and cigarette smoke.
The 4th successive anti-allergic filter, which contains a mixture of silver and apatite and an antibacterial agent, is particularly effective against the bacteria Legionella, which is especially dangerous for babies. Finally, there's the active coal filter. Thanks to a very great capacity for soaking, this active coal filter efficiently eliminates smells of food, toxic gases, and all unpleasant smells. Nothing but completely clean air can pass this barrier. It is impassable for pollutants. And it is exactly at this moment that purified air enters the next and most important feature which gives our product its name, the negative ion generator. Here the air is further enriched with negative ions that continue to fight all air pollutants and positive ions emitted by household appliances and other sources. Okay, you may be saying, that's very cool, but what does this really mean? Give me a minute and I'll just quickly show you what in fact you would be introducing into your everyday breathing space with this luxurious product. Here are some statistics as to how the concentration of negative ions varies in different places.
The concentration of negative ions in closed spaces is 50 to 100 negative ions per cubic centimeter. In urban areas, it is 100 to 500 negative ions per cubic centimeter. In very busy traffic lines, less than 100 negative ions per cubic centimeter. In the open countryside, it is 2,000 to 4,000 negative ions per cubic centimeter. In the mountains, there are 5,000 to 10,000 negative ions per cubic centimeter. After thunderstorms and bad weather, the concentration rises to 50,000 to 100,000 negative ions per cubic centimeter. By smaller waterfalls, it is 10,000 to 50,000 negative ions per cubic centimeter. And by the biggest waterfalls, the concentration of negative ions is highest, over 100,000 negative ions per cubic centimeter.
This, for example, you can find at Niagara Falls, which is globally considered to be one of the healthiest places on Earth because of this. So, are you ready? With the air humidity at 55% and the temperature of up to 24 degrees Celsius and the turbo regime switch on, Therapy Air Ion creates about 220,000 negative ions per cubic centimeter. Not only does it have a stylish design, It frees you of allergens and other pollutants around you, protecting your family, yourself, and it makes your breathing environment healthier than the one by Niagara Falls. And not only for a few weeks annually, but 24/7 for the entire year.
Negative ions have a favorable effect on the brain development at this age. The most important thing is to provide the environment for our children that will be as healthy as possible. Negative ions stimulate circulation. Large amounts of oxygen enter the blood and quickly reach the brain. Ion generators increase your body's performance by as much as 30%, both with athletes and people who work out for recreation. In this real-time demonstration, you can see the efficiency of Therapy Air Ion's smoke elimination ability.
The place we spend the least of our time in is outside, unfortunately, especially distant locations like mountains and majestic waterfalls. And in the urban environments we spend most of our time, we are faced with the same problems regardless of whether we use them for leisure or for work. The dangers we face with the growing world pollution and the illnesses it brings with it, we have explained. Now we can either choose to ignore it or do something about it. It's up to us. Thanks to many years of scientific research, creative minds, and high technology, Therapy Air Ion is a Zepter product with a sophisticated appliance for air purification and ionization. It is one of the most efficient, cost-effective, and safest devices which now exists on the world market that can end this threat of pollution our civilization has placed upon us. The Therapy Air Ion will reduce the number of visits to your doctor, medications, sick leaves, and protect you and your loved ones. We at Zepter have made our move. Time for you to make yours. See you soon.